Kenya and Uganda are two neighboring countries in East Africa that have existed peacefully for centuries, apart from small fights on water territorial integrity in Lake Victoria. Both of these countries have managed to create powerful militaries that have played a key role in maintaining regional peace and stability on the continent, especially in DRC Congo, Somalia, and South Sudan. In today's video, therefore, we are going to compare the military strengths of Kenya and Uganda, and we shall focus on manpower capacity, the Air Force, the Navy, the Army, and Special Forces. Number 5. Uganda versus Kenya total manpower capacity. Uganda People's Defense Forces, 47,000 active personnel. Uganda's President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, during his long time in office, has managed to create one of the largest militaries in Africa, with Uganda boasting a military manpower capacity of about 47,000 active personnel, with 10,000 paramilitary personnel and another 10,000 reserve forces. According to the Global Firepower Ranking, Uganda's military ranks 92nd globally with an annual defense budget of $0.8 billion. The Kenya Defense Forces, 29,000 active personnel. Kenya has a military manpower capacity of 29,000 active personnel, with about 5,000 paramilitary personnel and another 5,000 reserve personnel. According to the Global Firepower Ranking, the Kenyan military ranks 82nd globally with an annual defense budget of about $1.1 billion. It is therefore evident that Uganda has a larger active military force than Kenya. However, Kenya has a better funded and more structured military that is highly ranked globally than Uganda, and with a bigger defense budget. Number 4. Uganda versus Kenya Air Force. The Uganda People's Defense Forces Air Force, 49 aircraft. The Uganda People's Defense Force Air Force is the aerial branch of the Uganda People's Defense Forces. The Ugandan Air Force boasts of a total of 49 aircraft, including 10 fighter or interceptor jets, 25 helicopters, and 5 attack helicopters. The Uganda People's Defense Air Force has a total personnel capacity of about 1,200 personnel who are well trained in both air and ground combat. Though Uganda has fewer aircraft, the country has invested in modern fighter jets that have multi-air superiority. The Kenya Air Force, 151 aircraft. The Kenya Air Force is the aerial branch of the Kenya Defense Forces, or the KDF. Kenya Air Force boasts a total of 151 aircraft, including 17 fighter or interceptor jets, 87 helicopters, and 2 attack helicopters. The Kenya Air Force has a personnel capacity of about 2,500 personnel who are well trained in both air and land combat. The Kenya Air Force, therefore, is better than the Ugandan Air Force, with more aircraft and larger personnel. Though with fewer aircraft and personnel, Uganda has invested in modern and advanced aircraft. Number 3. Uganda versus Kenya Navy. The Uganda People's Defense Forces Marine Brigade, 1,000 personnel. The Uganda People's Defense Forces Marine Brigade is the naval branch of the Uganda People's Defense Forces based in Port Bell, Entebbe. Uganda, being a landlocked country, has a smaller naval command that focuses on securing Lake Victoria, combating illegal fishing, and supporting regional security in rivers and lakes. The Ugandan Navy is equipped with a few inshore patrol boats and limited to small fast attack craft. The Ugandan Navy receives training from China and regional allies. The Kenyan Navy. The Kenyan Navy is the naval branch of the Kenya Defence Forces established in 1964 after independence and has its headquarters in Mutongwe Naval Base and Mombasa. The Kenyan Navy has a personnel capacity of more than 2,000 and plays a crucial role in securing Kenya's coastline along the Indian Ocean, countering piracy and protecting offshore economic zones such as oil and gas reserves. The Kenyan Navy is equipped with several offshore and inshore patrol vessels, missile-armed and non-missile patrol boats, and amphibious landing ships. The Kenyan Navy receives special training from the Royal UK Navy, the US Navy, and the Indian Navy. In general, Kenya is a larger and more sophisticated navy with offshore capabilities, while Uganda has a small marine force that focuses on inland waters. Number 2. Uganda vs Kenya Army. Uganda People's Defence Forces Land Force, 40,000 personnel and 240 tanks. The Uganda People's Defence Forces Land Force is the army branch of the Uganda People's Defence Forces responsible for protecting Uganda's territorial integrity and sovereignty. The UPDF Land Force operates ground-based military operations and is divided into divisions, brigades, battalions, and special units. The Land Force boasts of 240 main battle tanks, including T-90S, T-55, and T-72. The UPDF Land Force is also equipped with 1,060 armored vehicles that support ground operations. The Kenya Army, 20,000 personnel with 72 tanks. The Kenya Army is the Land Force branch of the Kenya Defence Forces and is divided into two operational commands, the Western Command or the Westcom and the Eastern Command or the Eastcom. The Western Command protects the western part of Kenya, including Western, Nyanza, and the Rift Valley counties, while the Eastern Command protects the eastern regions, including Central Region, the Coastal Region, and Northeastern counties. The Kenya Army is equipped with 76 main battle tanks that are more modern, including T-72AV and Vickers Mk3. The Kenya Army is also equipped with 591 armored vehicles which support ground operations. In comparison, the Ugandan Army dominates in numerical superiority in both personnel and equipment, while Kenya has a more professional and well-trained force with more advanced and modern fighting equipment. Number 1. Uganda vs Kenya Special Forces. The Uganda Special Forces Command. The Uganda Special Forces Command is the special operations branch of the Uganda People's Defence Forces responsible for a variety of special operations, including airborne operations, reconnaissance, and counterinsurgency. The Special Forces Command is led by General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who is also the Chief of Defence Forces. The UPDF Special Forces is highly trained by the US, UK, and Israel forces and has been heavily involved in regional conflicts in DRC, South Sudan, and Somalia. The Kenya Special Forces. The Kenya Special Forces is a special operations branch of the Kenya Defence Forces. Kenya has several elite military and paramilitary units specialized in counter-terrorism, special operations, and intelligence gathering. Some of these units include the Special Operations Regiment or the SOR, which consists of Ranger Strike Forces and Special Forces, and the Reke Squad. The Kenya Special Forces receive special training from the Mossad, the FBI, and British SA. says, the Kenya Special Forces have played a crucial role in bringing peace in Somalia and have responded to major attacks like the Westgate Mall attack in 2013 and the Dusit 2 attack in 2019. In comparison, the Kenya Special Forces have more experience in counter-terrorism and special operations, particularly in dealing with the Al-Shabaab terror group, while the Uganda Special Forces Command is larger with extensive experience in both domestic security and regional interventions. In conclusion, Uganda has numerical superiority in both personnel and equipment, while Kenya has a better funded, better trained, and a more technologically advanced military. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Be sure to like, share and subscribe as I bring you more information on the African continent, people and culture.